On December 5, 1945, 5 Navy torpedo bombers departed on a routine training mission. The weather was clear, the planes in top condition, and the pilots highly trained, until they encountered a sudden, impenetrable wall of dark fog. Transmissions intercepted by ground control revealed total chaos. The flight leader reported both of his compasses had failed. The pilots couldn't find west, and in their final moments they claimed even the ocean below them looked wrong. Then the signal cut. 14 experienced aviators and 5 military aircraft vanished over the Atlantic. Search parties found no oil slicks, no distress markers, and no wreckage. The Navy immediately launched a PBM Mariner with a 13-man rescue crew to locate the bombers. By 7:50 p.m., the rescue plane also disappeared without a trace. 27 men were erased from existence in a single afternoon. This total lack of physical evidence created a terrifying void of information that demanded a narrative to fill it. Geographically, the Bermuda Triangle is defined by the coordinates between Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico, covering 500,000 square miles. Over the last century, this specific boundary has been linked to the loss of 50 ships, 20 aircraft, and over 1,000 human lives. Faced with these numbers, public theories grew wild, suggesting the area was a hub for Atlantis energy crystals, extraterrestrial abductions, or swirling time portals. Official government agencies maintain a different stance. The U.S. Navy and the Board on Geographic Names do not recognize the triangle's existence, stating the region holds no unusual hazards. This creates a massive contradiction. We have to ask why official data insists everything is routine, when an area the size of Alaska appears to be swallowing massive ships whole. To understand the missing wreckage, we have to look at the physical erasers unique to this region of the Atlantic. The Gulf Stream functions as a high-speed underwater river flowing through the heart of the triangle. It is powerful, capable of sweeping debris hundreds of miles away from a crash site before rescuers even arrive. This cross-section shows the Puerto Rico Trench, a localized canyon that drops 28,000 feet down. You could drop Mount Everest into this abyss, and the summit would still be miles below the surface. These depths are paired with sudden meteorological events. Rogue waves and microbursts can hit a vessel with enough force to snap a freighter in half, sinking it in seconds, too fast for a crew to transmit a distress call. This geography creates a perfect storm, where nature is uniquely capable of destroying heavy vessels and burying the evidence in an unreachable abyss. While those absolute numbers sound terrifying, the mystery begins to dissolve when subjected to basic mathematical probability. The Bermuda Triangle is actually one of the most heavily trafficked shipping lanes on the planet, serving as a primary artery for commercial flights, cargo ships, and cruise liners. Maritime insurance giants like Lloyd's of London have analyzed centuries of data and concluded that the rate of disappearances in this region is completely average. This chart contrasts total volume against annual accidents. When factored against the tens of thousands of vessels that cross safely every single day, the loss rate becomes a predictable statistical certainty. When weighted against the sheer volume of traffic, the deadly anomaly of the Bermuda Triangle mathematically disappears. If the math proves the area is safe, we have to look at why the entire world still perceives it as a cursed death zone. The modern myth traces back to the 1950s, when magazine writers began grouping unrelated tragedies together to invent a compelling supernatural narrative for their readers. Charles Berlitz solidified this legend in his 1974 bestseller, often by deliberately omitting context. His accounts of mysterious vanishings frequently ignored official naval reports of massive hurricanes occurring on those exact dates. To inflate the statistics, authors even included shipwrecks that occur hundreds of miles outside the triangle's boundaries, dragging unrelated tragedies into the count. The triangle was built on a foundation of half-truths and strategic omissions, engineered by writers who realized that mystery sells better than weather reports. To find the truth, we have to look past the ocean and into our own psychological need for this myth to be real. Nearly 3/4 of our planet is covered by water, most of it unexplored, and all of it inherently dangerous to human life. Faced with that vastness, the human brain relies on patternicity, a drive to find meaningful structures in random, chaotic events. On a psychological level, it is more comforting to believe in alien portals or ancient crystals than to accept that nature can randomly destroy a vessel without explanation. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle functions as a psychological mirror, reflecting our collective struggle to reconcile with the vast, uncaring chaos of the natural world.